Hey, okay, so this is going to be the second part to the video that I just did previously of are you dealing with like feeling infiltrated, like you're feeling like you don't believe in yourself enough, almost like you have lost this sense of power and this sense of seeing your truth, almost feeling like you kind of flip flop of like, why do some days we think so lowly of ourselves and other days, it might not be the same. I'm a true believer that there is reasons for this and influences, and sometimes we can be around people, places, and things that set off our system, set up our mindset, and kind of just our energetic field can get messed with. And I have been utilizing a few different practices and sharing that with you. Today, we're going to be tapping, literally tapping into tapping, which is a self help tool of just tapping on the meridians that you can use to help tap into your nervous system and, kind of saying and declaring certain statements that kind of use your intention and helping your system feel safe. And it has been used as a tool to kind of help navigate people's subconscious minds and mindsets and things, negatively influencing their energy fields, which then leads to the two-parter is when you feel out of whack, when you believe these things about yourself, negative influences can just fully infiltrate this field of yours further because you're already emanating from a very low victimhood frequency. And it does take, I do think it takes kind of constantly um, reminding ourselves, because I am someone who has been doing many things for many, many years. And sometimes I think we just fall off kilter and we have to constantly keep coming back and clearing ourselves, cleansing ourselves, empowering ourselves. And I think it's a never ending journey. But to make that short, this is the point of this, and just sharing what I do and sharing what I do again for myself. Not certified. You don't have to be certified to just use tapping for a lot of these kind of making yourself feel better, empowering yourself, self help tools. There is a recommendation that if you are dealing with extreme trauma or anything like that, and in a high state of not being able to regulate yourself, then definitely, the guidance is always to seek out maybe a professional. Now that that is out of the way, this is more of a self help tool to empower you, that I believe you do have the capabilities of stepping into your own power and doing these things for yourselves for most people. I think we just have not been taught a lot of times that we have these capabilities, and you might see something for yourself. It's just generally tapping into your own body and sitting with yourself, and you can do this in many different ways. I do like one of these ways, but another way is just, I have just held my body and sat with my body and asked myself questions, and you can kind of diffuse and tap into that too. But for sake of this video, we're going to get straight to the point of this one. I'm going to be calling about I Choose Me. There's also a song that I've heard recently that really sparked my mindset collectively on this that I'll probably attach in the bottom. And this is basically about empowering you to see your worth, empowering you to realize that you are a priority. You should be seeing yourself in the way that you maybe possibly feel envy, jealous of other people. I know I constantly um, feel these kinds of things coming into my realm. And a lot of times I'm like, ooh, I have to clear myself. I have to tap into myself. Something is affecting me. And, or there's some other imprint running the show that I need to now look at, see it, realize it so that we can release it, right? There's no judgment in it. I think we're all works in progress. No matter how long you've been on this journey, I do think different things can keep coming up. Okay. So, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos or you don't know anything about tapping, basically it's tapping on the meridians, crown of the head, side, a little bit to the side of above like your eyebrow area here towards the center, side of the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the eye, under your nose, above your lip, under your lip, and right around your collarbone, a little bit underneath back side of your back, right under where your armpit is, but more towards the back side of your hand. The whole concept is that you can do either side of this while you are tapping, but you can do more research on this if anything else sparks you to like kind of dive into that further. And what we will be doing is saying statements. I will be saying statements and then giving a little pause that you can repeat it to yourself. And again, you can watch this as an example. do it again or reword it in your own way. You can do it as many times as you need to. And a lot of times you might even need to take deep breaths. I notice that I will feel like a energy clearing in my system of like yawning and releasement from my system, whether that's my system calming down, releasement of stagnant, stuck energy, or whatever it is you believe. I believe it's kind of like a whole combo of that. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is you can have your eyes open or closed, but I'm sure closed can help. But if you need to follow along, you can keep your eyes open and learn to do it easier. The more you go, the more you try it, the more you do it. Okay, so just going to tap in for a minute, ask on higher source to please collectively come in a loving vibrational frequency to help channel a collective session for those also watching in a loving energy bubble of safety, healing, protection, of empowering oneself to push out any imprints, influences that are not of the highest calling, generationally, past lives, influenced on any form, and the types of wording that would be used collectively to help. Okay. Top of the head, top crown of the head, we're going to lightly start tapping. I know sometimes I don't choose myself first. I know sometimes I look out into the world at others, other people, other women, and I think they're better than me. I look at them and feel inferior, uncomfortable. Top of your eyebrows to the side, middle of the forehead. At times I don't feel good enough. At times I don't feel pretty enough. At times I just feel like they are so much better than me. Side of the eyebrow. It makes me feel really uncomfortable inside. It makes me feel like I'm not worth it. It makes me feel like, why would anybody choose me? Clearly, everybody else is better. It makes me feel inferior. Sometimes it even makes me feel ugly. Sometimes I start judging myself, judging my looks, judging my appearance, judging where I am in life. And I just don't feel good anymore. If I didn't say it before, you can move to under the eye. And I don't want to feel like this moving forward. I don't want to feel like this. Under the nose. But I'm not sure why I feel like this. I'm not sure why this is happening. And I'm ready for it to stop. Part of me knows that this isn't right. part of me knows that I deserve better than this. Part of me knows I deserve to feel better than this. Part of me knows I deserve to feel beautiful and wanted. Part of me knows I deserve to feel good enough, just as good as anybody else. Go to underneath your collarbone, top of the chest, to the side. Breathe if you need to. Take your time if you need to. Part of me knows that I have been self-sabotaging and being very harsh to myself, thinking of myself in this way. I don't deserve this. I deserve to feel good inside. Side of your back, underneath your armpit area. But I just don't know what's going on. Side of your hand. But I'm ready to release this now. I am ready to release all thought forms, thought patterns, imprints, integrations, contracts, bindings, jinxes, curses, hexes, spells of any kind that I have unknowingly or knowingly participated or accepted in. I release you now, up to the higher source to be cleared and transmuted. I release you from my body, mind, and soul, and bloodlines. I release all thought forms that are not my own into the higher source to be cleared and cleansed and removed from me and my family line, across all past lives, timelines, dimensions, and realities, generationally, all family ties, all soul incarnations. I'm ready to release this now. What if I am just as capable? Top of the head. Just as beautiful. Just as magical. Just as wonderful. Just as important as anyone else. Top of the eyebrow, middle of the forehead. Matter of fact, what if I am more important than everybody else? Not from an ego place, just from a place of knowing my worth and valuing myself. What if I realized that I was the number one and I was the priority and I was the wanted and I was the desired? What if I stopped handing that to everybody else but myself? Side of the eye, the eyebrow. What would my life look like? What would I feel like? What would I think about myself? What positivity would I see within me? What positivity would I attract into my life? How would I wake up every morning thinking about myself? What different actions would I take in my life? What different people and places and things would I partake in that I have been holding myself back on? Underneath the eye? What if I truly stepped into my power, worth, beauty, divinity, sacredness, sovereignty, and saw myself through those lenses as an infinite, guided, beautiful, worthy, divine being? I choose to remember that now. I choose to remember her now. I choose to remember them now. I choose to remember what has been forgotten and what has been lost. If I didn't say it underneath the nose, I choose to remember my soul's calling and my soul's view of me, to look at me moving forward through their eyes. To move forward looking at myself through their divine glasses, through the purity of heart of how they see me and how they know me to be. I call in that power, that identity, that energy of myself, that truth. My soul's true essence that radiates deep beyond this being, this body, this moment in time. Underneath the lip, above the chin, the infinity that we all encompass but have forgotten. The filter, the haze that was placed upon us, I remove it now. I banish it now. I diffuse it now. Send in the light. Send in the love. Ask for divine higher source and guidance of my own true calling and heart. Moving forward, I want to look out on myself and the world through these eyes, through this lens. Releasing all thought forms that do not align with my higher self and higher being and higher calling. Top of the chest to the side, under the collarbone. I am ready and choosing now to love myself fully and see myself in those eyes. To remember that I am worthy of being chosen, that I am beautiful, that I am enough just as I am, and that the right people and the right situations will come towards me. What is for me will come towards me, and what is not will be filtered out. I do not chase, I attract from a higher source being, higher threshold of the God, Goddess that I truly am within. To remember them, to remember her, to remember it moving forward, where we came from, what we stemmed from, and to align with that every day moving forward. I choose me. I finally choose me. I am open to seeing me truly and choosing me every day as the priority. I allow you to sit with this as long as you feel like you need to. Just sit with your body, to breathe, to channel anything that you're feeling, seeing emotions that rise up. Allow yourself to breathe through it, feel it, sit with it. Any positive emotions or feelings or light or empowerment, to sit with that and allow that to come in for you, to allow that to radiate through you, through your heart center, out of you, all around you, to see that being casted out on all directions around you, to see the higher source light coming from up above, down towards you, through your feet to the center of the earth, beaming all around and back through you, up through your feet, up to the higher source. I understand that this world can be tricky. I understand that we can feel like outsiders. But at the end of the day, we are really souls, all just having a human experience. And we have forgotten that through the haze, through the blindfolds. But my purpose is here to remove those for you and I and all of us to remember who we truly are moving forward. And if you have gotten anything from this, even just a sliver of finding a little bit of moment of peace within yourself, I am glad for that for you. Sending you my love moving forward, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Until the next one.